In the last session, I promised that we were going to get back to the actual development of our Mandelbulb environment and stop gabbing. So let's do that. Let's turn our attention here to the Mandelbulb, and I have my main window up and running. I have my navigator running. This is the way I've left it in previous sessions. And I did save this so in previous sessions, so that if we mess it up here, we can recover and revert. But this is what I have. I've taken the colors out. So let's navigate this thing so that we can find a vantage point, a vista that will give us the scale, the depth, the perception, the perceptive, and see what we can come up with. Now, this is a good time to let you in on a little secret tool that I have that is of enormous value to me in preparing an animation. Not so much a still, but, well, it's helpful there too. Now, I'm going to show you that tool in this session, and I think you'll find it quite interesting if you want to make the investment. But let me tell you a limitation of the Mandelbulb3D software application. If we turn our attention here to the navigator and our navigation buttons, we have the slide, we have the walk, we have the look, and we have the rotate. You'll notice here that I can certainly do the key W to walk forward. And now, of course, walking forward is pertaining to your perspective. You are the camera, so you walk forward or you walk in reverse. You'll notice here that if I press, I have to, every time I walk forward by this many steps, okay, which I can change. I can change that to 200, to 2,000, or 2 if I want, but it's all right for now. If I walk forward 20 steps, I only do 1 step per mouse button, just 1 step per button. Well, that's okay, because you get some pretty precision stepping or looking, or looking or sliding or rotating, and that's okay. But it's really slow to actually get anywhere. Click, click. I'm clicking the mouse button. Click, 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 click. All right, so it's an issue. Now, what I could do, you'll notice here that each of these positioning buttons, navigation buttons, does have an associated keyboard key. In this case, it's W. All right, W to walk forward, S to walk in reverse. If I press and hold the W key, the walk forward key, you'll see I'm really speeding forth. All right. So I can really navigate pretty strongly, going. This is individual key presses. Now let me walk in reverse here. So that's the S key. So I'm walking in reverse. Press, 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 press. Now I'm going to press the S key and hold. Press and hold. Okay. So that's how you can get around pretty quick. Unfortunately, you can't press 2 of these keys at the same time. In other words, I can't press the E and the W at the same time and expect a complex move. And typically, you wouldn't want to do that anyway. It just gets just too hard to follow. So you might do something like this. You might say slide over, walk forward a little bit. Maybe you want to look. Maybe you want to only look slightly, so you use the shift key. See that? Hold Shift key for finer steps. So I'll hold the Shift key and I'll just look. All right. So really your navigation through your 3D environment or your navigation around a fractal object, however you want to do it, is really a matter of utilizing these navigation buttons. Now, I personally rarely use the keyboard to navigate. I tend to use the mouse and click on the buttons. But I do have a little secret tool that I'll share with you now. I have what's called the Stream Deck. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to turn that on. In the upper right hand corner I have a little camera that's pointing down on my Stream Deck. So this is the larger Stream Deck. It's not cheap. It's like $250 when I bought it. You might be able to get it for less than that. I bought it probably maybe a year and a half ago. And then what I did is I programmed it so that the various buttons that are assigned would press the keys. Now, so here is for your reference. This is the Stream Deck, my setup. And for instance, if I just click on this slide down, I've titled it slide down, all right, and that is the C key right here, okay, or the slide left is the A key right here, okay. So what I'm able to do now is I can reach over with my left hand, and I can press the button on the Stream Deck and get the focus on the navigator, and now I can slide up, I can slide down, all right, slide left, and so on and so forth. So this was really just a matter of just setting up my Stream Deck so that the buttons would execute the key presses. And here I've got, here's the rotate of the roll left, the roll right, see, rolling, O. Okay, and over here's the look right, look left, look up, look down. All right, and I even have, here's the walk forward and the walk in reverse. So this Stream Deck, the XL version, is quite handy. You could probably do this with the smaller Stream Deck, but I just like all the buttons there. But like I say, you know, I don't know, 200, 250 is a good chunk of money. But I felt that I wanted some really good navigation control. And so I turned to the Stream Deck, and I use the Stream Deck for other things too. You know, the OBS software and some other applications, you know, Photoshop and a few other things that I use. So it's a very handy tool, but I applied it to work with the Mandelbulb3D software. So just again now, you can accomplish pretty much the same thing. I'm using the Stream Deck, as you can see in the upper right hand corner. All right, I'm using the Stream Deck to navigate, but I can do that. I could do that with the E key by holding the E key down or holding the C key down. You don't have to have the Stream Deck, but I just found that it's pretty handy to have a mechanical feedback of my navigation. Or I can even get 2 fingers in there and I could start doing all kinds of stuff and really move around quickly. All right, so anyway, I wanted to show you that. The Stream Deck XL that has been is being utilized for other reasons too, to assist me in the developing animation for the Mandelbulb 3D. Now, what's interesting is, all right, and as we're going to discuss, you're going to be creating keyframes. So what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to navigate in this environment fairly quick, all right, and then you want to be able to create a keyframe. And let's say we want to look, all right, and then we want to go up, slide up, oh, and let's even say we want to rotate and keyframe. Because you may be in a situation where you're going to develop an animation and you might have 100 keyframes. But we're going to get into that. All right, so that's enough for now. Let's go ahead and clean up a little bit. I'm going to pull my main back into my navigator, and so we're gonna end this session here and come back, and we're gonna start fresh. We're gonna start navigating around and see if we can come up with a nice view. So I'll see you in the next session.